Good afternoon. Today's topic is going to be about tea. Okay, I usually make tea in one of these, so I'll usually put I think I usually do about 4 bags, and I just let it steep. I usually just buy a bag or a box. I usually just buy a box of, tea bags. And like this one is apple cinnamon apple, or whatever you want to, however you want to word it. If you, um, anyway, so that's what that is, and I'll just let it sit there for, I don't know, I'd say an hour or two. I just let it sit there on my counter and steep. It's in mild warm water, and then later tonight, or when I feel it's got enough steep, liquid or when it's got enough flavor from the bags, generally, yeah, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'll let it sit there. It doesn't matter what tea I use. Sometimes I use bags of loose leaf tea, and I've got this thing that you would put the loose leaf tea in, and it's got wire mesh and holes on it. Anyway, and then I would just plunge that into I'd fill that to, I'd fill it about that full for that size a container. And anyway, and I would steep that for the same amount of time. So loose leaf tea bags, whichever. But then once it's to the flavor I want, I will put it in the fridge and let it cool down, probably overnight, and then I'll have iced tea to have for a few days. That way I don't have to keep buying caribou tea. My daughter seems to enjoy having the caribou milk chocolate, hot chocolate, and I'm like, I can make that at home. I've got I buy the container, and she's like, yeah, but it doesn't taste as good. So I guess I have to find a recipe of whatever, because can't keep spending $6 on at the store for that when I can buy $6 worth of tea and hot chocolate and make well over a gallon of each at anytime I want. Tonight we're having burgers. This is just 1 pound. I'm making this for the family, and I got this in a bundle. My supermarket was doing a bundle deal, like 6 boneless chickens, 6 pork loin steaks, and it had, I can't remember. Oh, it already had pre-made patties in the bundle, and it had these brats. It just says brats, so I don't know what kind they are, but nobody else in my family will eat brats. And of course, since I had brats, you cannot have brats without sauerkraut. If you have a brat and you don't eat sauerkraut, you are doing it wrong. No, that's just my preference. I won't judge you or anything. I may silently judge you, but hey, whatever. Nobody else in my family will eat sauerkraut, and they'll eat they won't eat bratwursts either. So like if I have brats, I'll make all of these, but I won't eat them all tonight. I'll probably just have probably 2 of them. And I know I'm going real cheap here. I've just had some leftover hot dog buns, so the size difference is a little bit whatever, but you know what? Whatever. It's gonna do its purpose. It's gonna be a vehicle for my brat. I know some people who prefer having a brat with a hot dog or a hamburger bun, and they'll just have it in there. Usually I've only seen that in like Wisconsin, but whatever, whatever, as long as you eat it, doesn't matter to me. So anyway, that's what I'm having for supper, and my daughter decided she wanted a really weird side dish, so I'm going to be steaming some rice. Yeah, just rice. It's not a bad side dish, and you know what, it's cheap, it's easy, and I don't know how healthy rice is, but whatever. Uh, so anyway, this is my, oh, and I have a friend that she says today is India's Independence Day. So happy Independence Day, India people. So yeah. Oh, shoot, I forgot. How about one thumbs up? I think one thumb up is an okay one. Like I said before, disclaimer. I don't mean no offense when I have my two thumbs up, so we'll just do one. Okay, so anyway, happy Independence Day. Yeah, so I was trying to describe to her how parades work because next Sunday, my family goes and celebrates one of my smaller town where my parents live. They have parades in the area around us. Like the town I live in has a parade, but it's usually at the end of July. And I don't usually go to the one for here. And the smaller little towns usually have some before July, all through like maybe the middle part of June, and then some of them will have them the next weekend. Every weekend there is a different city that has their town festival, which includes like special vendors, and then it'll have a parade on one of their various days, Saturday or Sunday. So the one we're going to has corn on the cob. So that's the thing for them so we'll go to my parents' house, which they live 30 miles away, and we'll go there, set up our stuff downtown at where our location is, where along the parade route. Parade route. And anyway, so and then we'll go down to where they have this big wagon or two full of steamed corn, and you pick through your corn and you shuck it yourself while it's really, really steaming hot. So gotta do it kind of carefully or gingerly, unless you have good calluses towards hot things, which I somewhat do. I've got some calluses on my hands. Yes, these are kind of working hands. I don't have too delicate of a hand. It's very apparent when I use my microfiber towels. I can feel my fingers catching on the little microfibers, which really bothers me. I don't like using microfiber towels. But anyway, that's way off topic. So anyway, at this parade, then... Well, you can eat as much corn as you want. I usually probably only get like 3, and then my family ends up buying like something from the food vendors. They'll have food vendors there. They usually have like little tiny rides or various like petting zoos and things, but we don't do that. My kids are teenagers, so we don't do that, and we didn't do that anyway when they were little. Then we set up and then we go hang out at our spot at the parade, in our spot in the location. So anyway, like I was trying to describe to her how our parades usually work, you have your military come first, and everybody's supposed to stand up and put their hand over their shoulder and stand at attention until the flag has gone past you, and if you're wearing anything on your head, you're supposed to take that off. And yes, you will get judged if you do not comply with the hat or not stand up. Yes, there's exceptions for old people who are in have difficulty standing, and then they just, they'll sit in their chair and, do the proper stuff. But generally, you are supposed to stand, and if you do not, people kind of look at you like, what are you, non-patriotic? They'll give you that look. But anyway, as they go by, then it's usually like the policemen, then it's the fire trucks and the ambulances, and they got all those vehicles. It'll be all the policemen, and it's all the fire trucks and the ambulances of, like I said, for the town. So anyway, and then you got all the programs, like you got the marching band, they'll come playing by. There's various, whatever. There are a lot. There are like 130 or 100 and something this year of people who are listed in the parade and Anyway, so I was telling this friend of mine she's an Indian from India, and I was like, well, usually they have promotion things for the businesses, like the local colleges give out little pieces of paper. Some of the banks in town either give pens or they give coolies. Oh, and I don't know if she knows what a coolie is, so I'm going to show her. Like this thing is a coolie. So you put your pop inside here, the pop can, and it keeps, without trying to show too much of the label. And this one's just a plastic one. There's hardcover ones, like, I have no idea where my family got this one, and so you put this one's a plastic one. Anyway, so we got a few of these, and they crunch up, and with this kind, these are the kind I like, because if you get it, dirty, you can throw it in the wash because it's just fabric. This one I can just wash by hand but I don't like these ones as much because these ones get slippery when they get wet versus this one. This one just gets soggy, but it's still got enough grip because it's cloth. But this one will condensate on the outside. If you've got a really cold beverage, it'll help condensate here and whatever. Anyway, so I mean, other people call those other names, but I've always grown up calling them coolies. If you've got a different name for them, let me know down there. And I enjoy reading things that nobody ever nobody ever comments to, so whatever. Okay, anyway, bye.